What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Monero to Bitcoin. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers, which is right around the corner for some Crypto TV merch. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So we're going to be looking at a few things, obviously some technical analysis of those coins, as well as finding where Bitcoin and Litecoin need to kind of jump to kind of break the resistance that we have currently and head to some higher highs that we're really looking for, as the title suggests. So let's just jump into this episode. We're going to start with the coin market cap as always. As you guys can see, current market cap is 222 billion, 24-hour volume is 14.7 billion, and then Bitcoin dominance is 51.3%. So we're seeing Bitcoin dominance quite low right now compared to the past couple of days. So we're seeing more money and volume move into other cryptocurrencies and altcoins, not necessarily Bitcoin. And we're probably going to see that being reflected when we look at the coins as a whole and separately. 24-hour volume is 14.7. So we're really not seeing much change compared to yesterday. I'd say maybe about a billion less in volume being moved and pushed around in the exchanges. So again, we're not really seeing much movement within these cryptos. And then market cap is 222, and I believe it was like 24 yesterday. So again, a little bit lower than yesterday, but not by much. Moving down to the top 10, you can see that only one is down, and only by 0.42%. Majority of these cryptos aren't even up by 1%. If that, XRP and EOS are the only ones that are really up today. Otherwise, everything else seems like it's just consolidating out. No real movement at all. Bitcoin up 0.08%. You know, Litecoin up down 0.4%, you know, Tether 0.01, Cardano 0.2, Monero 0.01. So really not much movement is happening within the market, like at all. Obviously, we are seeing a lot of green and reds all over. A lot of different changes. Redcoin is actually down 15% compared to yesterday's massive run up that it had, and we did make a video on that. So if you want to see that, the link will be at the end of the video. Otherwise, you can go onto my channel and find yesterday's video to see the Redcoin analysis. Otherwise, the market just seems to be doing some consolidation. Odyssey coin is up 35%, which is quite wild. I did look at the chart. I didn't really want to do a some analysis on that, mainly because there wasn't much going on. It literally just swung up. So we could obviously do that if you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments, but otherwise we're going to do Monero instead. So looking at Litecoin right now, I do have this kind of, you know, ascending triangle forming right now, and where I said where crypto and where Litecoin needs to bounce in order to reach those higher highs that we were referring to is, hopefully you guys are noticing that we have a support right here, a very, very, very strong support that I've drawn in yellow on this uptrend. And one thing to note is we have three confirmations right here, three different touches, 1, 2, and then 3. So we're really looking for a fourth right now, and we're really looking for that confirmation to then bring us higher up, obviously getting us back to that $63 and inevitably breaking through this resistance at around $63.25 and heading up to those higher highs, you know, that $70 Litecoin that we're all looking for. So that's pretty much what we're anticipating right now. You can see there's a small downtrend on this coin right at the moment. It seems like we're trying to head right back down to our 4-hour high-low middle moving average, which seems to be about right. You can see how much it was acting as a support in the past. So we're looking to see it act as a support once again. But I do think as the coin consolidates out and slightly trades down and reaches our uptrend right here, it will most likely run into its high-low middle moving average as well. And it should potentially bounce off of here, causing a fourth confirmation, if not trading up sideways, maybe some sideways movement right here once we hit the resistance, and then a potential break upwards. If not, once we touch this line right here, we should see that fourth confirmation, and then we could potentially explode right through that resistance and move much higher. So that's definitely something I want to keep on the radar. There is plenty of potential to move up. We haven't looked at Litecoin on the daily, so I'm just going to move over to that really quick and get us a really good view. So it does doesn't seem too bad, honestly, when you look at things from the daily. Plenty of potential on its relative strength index. Kind of want to draw some sort of resistance there. Obviously, that is not exact, so I'm just going to fix that ever so slightly. So maybe something along the lines like this, you know, some sort of uptrend here. You can see we have a confirmation here, here, and there. I'm going to delete this in a second, but I like the 4 hour. It's a little more sturdy. We can see where the wicks are. We're just drawing from the candle points right here. And if anything, this will show us that we've already retested the confirmation right here. So we have our fourth confirmation right over here, and we could potentially not go lower. You know, we may not head to this line right here. We may just stay here and reverse back up and see some higher highs to, you know, 63 and then upwards. So to then compare that back to the 4 hour, like I was saying, is just zooming out. So when we looked at the daily, we saw that right here where the price is at this current point is actually where the support on the daily has already retested. It's already touched that. So something like this is what the daily is showing. As you can see right here, we have some support right there. We have some more support right here, and then we have our third support right here. So another confirmation. So it could potentially, the Litecoin price could potentially not move from this level right here. This could be the lowest Litecoin goes for the next couple of days, and now we could start to, you know, reverse like this and start to head back up to our $63 level, potentially break that and move higher. Or if this line doesn't hold, which it definitely could, is then moving a little bit lower, retesting support here at 58, and then starting to veer upwards, test 63, potentially trade sideways, if not break upwards and, you know, start to see that $70 Litecoin much closer. Moving on, though, to Bitcoin. So hopefully that answers some of you guys' questions for Litecoin and why I see a potential rally happening quite soon. Is also now to view Bitcoin. And like I said, Litecoin and Bitcoin go hand in hand. And I do think that Litecoin is like the little brother to Bitcoin. So usually whatever Bitcoin does, Litecoin likes to copy. One thing interesting to note is that for whatever reason, Bitcoin is actually forming some sort of symmetrical bull flag or symmetrical triangle or a bull flag instead of that ascending triangle that we saw Litecoin doing. So this gives me a little more confirmation that we could see Litecoin potentially move up a lot higher, mainly because symmetrical triangles, bull flags, like the name says, are a bullish signal in cryptocurrency, and we usually see these things break bullish and move higher. So as you can see, we do have that A, B, C, D, E confirmation for the new people on the channel, and we could, if we do break bullish here, we could head up much higher, you know, retracing that $8,000, $8,500 prediction like we have discussed in the past and we've seen in other articles prior. And if we do see this confirmation at E and we do start to head up, even if we reach E, Litecoin will be affected. And if we do break bullish from that, Litecoin will also be affected in seeing, you know, higher highs, you know, moving up to $70, $80, $90, $100 in the event that we see Bitcoin start to head and veer much higher up. Now to look at a little closer scale and see what exactly Bitcoin is doing at the current moment. So we're just seeing, I guess, some more consolidation. We're really not seeing a move in any direction whatsoever. We did previously, I think yesterday or this morning, have a massive downtrend, bringing us to around 6,482. You can see right here it retraced back down, but we now retrace back up. And we're now starting to kind of trade above this green band right here. So you can see how well this green band and this high-low middle moving average is acting as a support for Bitcoin. It's really keeping the price level above. So that's why I like to say high-low MMA is a good indicator to use for graphing cryptocurrency to get into investing, as well as the relative strength index for a more larger scale view of the market. So at 50, it's pretty much a hit or miss. We could go either up or down. It's just giving us more potential to do that. But when we see the price in overbought or oversold, that is a better indicator to practically, I'd say 90-95% of the chance indicate that we are going to head in the other direction. You know, if we're overbought, we're going to start to see the price dip. If we're oversold, we're going to start to see the price increase. And you can relate these things to all the different cryptocurrencies, and you can see those movements like that. But honestly, we're just probably going to see this trade out sideways, and then we could potentially start to see us, you know, move up to E. I'm not sure if this is a support support at all, but I am noticing this right now. I might leave this on here just for the moment because that is kind of intriguing. That's tough. I'm going to leave it like that. That is definitely a possible slight uptrend that Bitcoin is having on the 4-hour, and it seems to be holding semi-truthful. We may start to see that come up and consolidate, but this is going to head us right to E. This is not a support rate or a resistance right here, guys. This is just the confirmation of point E, showing you the general path. But this could potentially be a small support, bringing us up to E, and then we'll see what happens after that. Lastly, for the blue chips, let's look at Ethereum. So again, following Bitcoin and Litecoin, Ethereum is just consolidating. I do think it is at the end of its run. I think, well, at the end of its, downtrend. It's been in a bearish market for quite a long time. And I do think Bitcoin and Litecoin are in an accumulation phase, but Ethereum, I think, is still bearish right now. I think we're testing to enter a more accumulative phase at the current moment. We've been, facing this massive downtrend on Ethereum for about 9 to 10 months, and we're finally starting to see some sort of movement in the opposite direction. We have the downtrend right here, and you can see we're finally retracing back up to the resistance, and we're trying to battle it right now. So if luck is on our side, but if the technicals hold true, we should potentially break through here and shoot up to at least our high-low MMA at around 330, 335. If not, we're probably going to break bearish again and move back down to around 180, where our closest support seems to be. But we're definitely going to keep an eye on that because there is a lot of potential to make some good cash within Ethereum. Lastly, to check out Monero, for those of you who are investing in Monero. One thing I noticed is I did draw some lines on here prior to making this episode, but I did draw from this point right here back on April 23rd. This is kind of like a channel right here. You can see we did have the bottom support right here, and then we had our bottom resistance right here, both kind of in a downtrend. You can see how we just traded in between here and hugged these walls until we found our support at the bottom, which is around 0.01, and then we started to bounce off and move up, obviously catching back up to our high-low middle moving average like a lot of these coins like to do. And then looking and comparing us to the other coins, the fact that we're kind of hugging this for quite a long time, we could inevitably break bullish from here and move up at a very rapid rate due to the fact that our RSI is holding quite well at around 53. No, not even. I'd say about 52 or 51. Yeah, about 51. So it's holding quite well, giving us plenty of potential to break bullish and go even higher. But it does seem to be challenging this quite well, and the longer we hold out here, the more potential we do have of seeing some type of big run. Whether it's bullish or bearish, we're going to have to, figure that out. But this is not a sustainable path right now. So hopefully we can inevitably break bullish from that and start to see some type of movement upwards. But we'll definitely keep Monero on our radar as well. Otherwise, that's going to sum up the episode for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Giveaway at 5,000. Make sure to leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.